So hi everybody and welcome to tonight's multi-region training on Sunday the 17th of July. I hope you've all had a great week. I see from Facebook I've been away that you've all been absolutely amazing. So well done everybody. So I'll just like to start off as normal with a bit of housekeeping. So there is region training in Melton on August the 1st at Sysonby Knoll as normal. Obviously details of that will come out closer to the time. There is online area training for July for the Wells region, and that is 7 till 9 tomorrow night, hosted by lovely EDM Fiona Stevenson, and that will be on Zoom. So get on there. She's got some great training organised, some whys and everything like that. And I believe it is this code number, is it, Fiona? Normal code? Yep, this code number. So hope to see you all on there. A reminder about AAC tickets. The early bird offer has gone, but AAC tickets are still available. So, you know, book on. It's the beginning of September and it's well worth going. There's a Gatsby themed party, which will be absolutely amazing. So it's going to be a great event. I won't repeat Danny's words on telling you to get there, but basically it was get there or else. So this week we have a lot of Discover Our Bonds. There's one tomorrow night at the Cozy Club in Stamford, hosted by Executive Area Manager Helen Walton and Area Manager Qualification and Dewar. Tuesday night there's two, you have your pick. There's one in Luton, hosted by the lovely Executive Regional Vice President Fiona McCarthy and DM in Qualification Claire Rousel-Smith. So if you need to know the details, just put that on the Do More page and then I'm sure we can pass them on to you. And also Tuesday night at the Horse and Jockey Waddington, Lincolnshire at 7:30, hosted by Executive Area Manager Jennifer Cowie, IC Tanya Rickwood and Lucy Pryor. And that's at 7:30. And then finally, there's one on Wednesday night at Eden House Hotel, Grantham at 7 p.m, hosted by Executive Regional Vice President Claire Shaw and Executive District Manager Emma Dickinson, and that's £5 for.
Okay, so I think Suzanne's just been cut off there, but oh, she's back. Suzanne, you're muted still, Livy. I'll hop back off then.
Sorry, I was talking to you. I was running downstairs because I'm now in the kitchen, so sorry about that. I think it's the Fiona McCarthy Wi-Fi curse, isn't it? So, did you get all about the Discover Our Bonds and all the trainings?
No, we just got up to, you did Wednesday, the two on the Tuesday, and then you jumped in out on the Thursday, so can you repeat that, please?
There's one on Wednesday at Eden House Hotel in Grantham at 7 p.m, hosted by Executive Regional Vice President Claire Shaw and Executive District Manager Emma Dickinson, and that's £5 for consultants. So I will just open up my PowerPoint and then I will share my screen for you. Slideshow. Why have I done that? Because right, so tonight I'm mainly going to talk about the Sea-Source range for a little bit, just run through the products, and then Executive District Manager Fiona Stevenson is going to actually go through some training on skinny wrap parties or skinny wraps and how to do them. So our Sea-Source range is absolutely amazing. Let me get rid of that. Since ancient times, civilizations have embraced the cleansing power of the sea. This is the essence behind the Sea-Source Detox Spa range. The ocean's natural ingredients, sea salts, algae and seaweed are packed with neutralizing minerals.
our products are sourced from Saint Malo in France, which is a protected region of the sea. So it's not, you know, from the North Sea or anything like that. It's from a protected region. So we know the ingredients are going to be really good quality. It's a bit like the National Trust of the Sea. So it's a really good place. So the Detox Sea Source range brings the bath philosophy. So basically, there's binaural therapy, which purifying your skin and improves circulation with therapeutic bathing in mineral salts, seaweeds and essential oils. The A is algotherapy, fortifying skin for a vibrant, younger looking appearance with the micronutrients and trace minerals found in deep sea algae. Thalassotherapy, relax and let stress melt away with the therapeutic effects of the ocean. And hydrotherapy, invigorate the body, opens pores, stimulates circulation with therapy that combines heat with vital sea nutrients. So the first item I'm going to talk about is the foaming sea salt scrub. So this you would use a walnut size in the shower, obviously massaging an upward motion to stimulate your body circulation. And what this helps to do is to exfoliate the dead skin cells off of your body, which would help your other products to then actually work better once you've got rid of the dead cells. I mean, I've been on holiday for a week, so yeah, my skin, though I'm brown, I suppose there's a lot of sun damage, so I'll be using this to make sure that I'm exfoliated well, to stop my skin peeling and flaking and looking really horrible after you've been in the sun. It's not just a scrub though, it also treats the skin, and people say they feel absolutely hydrated after using it, that they don't actually need to put a moisturiser on the top, but that's some people. You can put a moisturiser on the top afterwards. You feel refreshed, enlivened, and it's awakening. And if you're not well, so if you've got a cold or anything like that, or if you're feeling run down, it's good to use this then every day, and that gets rid of all the toxins out of your body and will help you recover a lot sooner. Then we have the Detoxifying Rescue Wash. The whole family can use this. You can use this on your face, hair and body. So it's like, and it's also great to put in your gym bag if you go swimming. Again, we've been on holiday, and this was one thing that I packed that I knew that I could use after being in the sun, getting rid of my lotion all day. But actually, Paul, I was just telling others earlier that I actually got Paul to use it as well, because I knew he could wash his hair, he could use it on his body, he can use it all over. And it was one way to get him to use the Arbonne products. It's gentle, it's antiviral, so it's also good for spotty skin, and it's a great one to have in the kitchen because of the antibacterial properties that it holds. And we always say to Arbonnize our house, so if you have this in the kitchen, just use it as a hand wash. It's absolutely amazing. You can also use this to clean your makeup brushes. Fabulous and lovely item. Since coming back, I've told Paul he's actually got to use it more often because I've got a few bottles. The only thing I do wish is I wish they'd sort the pump out, because mine doesn't actually work very well all of the time, but amazing product, love it. The Sea Mud Face and Body Mask. So this is obviously for the face and body. The face, you can use it on problem areas. So if you've got acne, blemishes, it purifies and it helps to heal it. You can use it on your T-zone, so you don't have to put it all over your face. You can just actually put it on your T-zone. If you've got inflamed spots, you can just dab a bit on the actual spot and leave it to heal. It will feel warm and tingling when you put it on, so if you're using it at pamper parties or anything like that, just tell the clients that before they put it on that, you know, their face will start to feel warm and tingling, and they could also get a bit of a red glow afterwards, and that's due to the ginger root extract that is in it. This is absolutely, again, another must buy product, I think, and I will certainly be using this up in the coming weeks a lot more. You can also use it on the body, so the abdomen, hip and thigh areas, and you can put it on, put an old bathrobe around you, because it will make a mess on your clothes, and just sit and relax for 20 minutes and let it absorb into your skin. It's great for skin conditions like psoriasis. You can use it on a daily basis, and you can use it with the FC5 conditioning oil, which will help to solve those problem areas. And I do have, don't laugh at one of them, but I do have a couple of photos. So that was me this morning putting it on. And also you see Zoe this week, she's actually used it with the hydration mud mask and the nappy cream to help somebody's psoriasis look, and they've wrapped it in cling film to keep it warm and to get it working. So a great product. The 5-in-1 essential massage oil. Firstly, this isn't suitable if you're pregnant or nursing mothers because it is highly concentrated. It will improve the circulation. Now, most massage oils only have 1 carrier oil, but Arbonne, they actually use 4. So this will help the absorption a lot quicker. So that's really good. It's a really strong, powerful oil. It will help. It's great as an anti-cellulite treatment, and also you can put it in the bath. So you can just, put a pump in the bath and it will also work as well then. You can use it on your scalp, so you can put it on your hair and your scalp, on your face and on your feet after you've had a long day. So if your feet are feeling really sore, achy, you've been stood on them all day, you can actually rub it onto your feet as well. The next one we have is the Purifying Sea Soak. So one thing is, when you tip it into the bath, when you're tipping it in and you lean over the bath, is not really to lean over too much, because the vapors get the vapors coming off of it straight away. But you can put it into running water or into the bath after you've used it. Normally when you have a bath, and if you've been in it too long, you end up looking like a prune, don't you? Your fingers go all wrinkly, and that's because the water is actually drawing moisture out of your skin. But with using the Sea Soak, that doesn't happen, because what it actually does, it's putting moisture back into your skin so you don't go wrinkly. A word of warning is not to drink alcohol while you're in the bath with this. So if you like your glass of wine, champagne or Prosecco or whatever, because it will actually lower your blood pressure slightly. Not to worry in amounts. So if you have low blood pressure, it shouldn't be too much, but it does actually lower your blood pressure slightly. And again, just wrap up after you've been in the bath, come out, wrap yourself in a towel, in a robe, and just sit and relax for a few minutes to enjoy it. It's also great in a foot spa, and it's great for people that are suffering with cancer, that are going through radiotherapy or chemotherapy, anything like that to use. You can use it for children's baths, but they say up to the age of 5, just put a couple of teaspoons in, not the whole sachet. Up to about the age of 13, from 5 to 13, you could use about half a sachet, and then from 14 upwards, you could use the full packet. But just, judge it for younger children. It is quite powerful, so it's best maybe to err on the side of caution and not use too much to start with. The Fortifying Hair Mask. Now, I absolutely love this on holiday. It's not just for your hair. You can use it on any stressed areas because it's a great healing product. So for eczema and that, it's very good. You mainly use it after washing as a conditioner on your hair. So you'd put it on your hair, leave it for a few minutes and then wash it off. But you can use it on dry or wet hair. Now, while we was away and the sun, laying in the sun at like 30-degree heat all day, my hair does dry out. So I would, if I had a shower in the morning, put it on wet hair, put my hair in a plait and just left it in my hair all day. Or if my hair wasn't wet, I just literally plastered it on dry hair again, put my hair in a plait and left it on all day, to protect it. And I must say, my hair hasn't dried out as much as it normally would. It's been great for it. It's great to use when you're in the sauna or the steam room. You can also use it on your elbows, hands, feet. Like any Arbonne product, there's actually more than one use for it. So a great, definitely holiday must product. The Mineralizing Body Lotion has 24-hour Hydro Trap technology. So it locks in the moisture when you put it on your skin. It supports the collagen. It contains shea butter and it's easily absorbed. So I think we all like this. You know, we do the hand spas, and this is a great one, so you can just use it anytime, anywhere, any place basically. So another one to have a good on your gym bag, swimming pool, because the chlorine will dry your skin out, and plus you're showing off your Arbonne products in these areas as well. The Renewing Body Gelée. It's obviously full of sea botanicals. It's soothing and cool to the skin, so it's great to actually keep in the fridge on holiday. It was in the fridge, so it was even colder when I got in on my warm skin. It's hydrating for sensitive skin. Again, if you've been in a saunas, to put on after you come out the sauna, after waxing. So if you have your legs waxed or any other area waxed, it's great to put on there. After exercise for those achy muscles. If you have heavy, tired legs, like, you know, after a long haul flight, or, you know, if you're an air stewardess or something like that, it's absolutely great. And you can use it all over your body with the massage oil. It's great for sunburn, migraines on the forehead, temple, back of the neck, hot flushes. I think that's on the hands, in your crooks of your elbow and the back of your neck, arthritis, aches, pains. The list is endless of what you can use this for. I think it's one of those absolutely wonder products that you just need all the time. So fantastic product as well. So that's me gone through all the products rather quickly. So now we're going to go over to Executive District Manager Fiona Stevenson, and she's going to explain to us how we can use these products in using skinny wraps. So over to you, Fiona, if you'd like to unmute yourself, and I'll stop my sharing. If you have any questions, by the way, or anything for Fiona or anything about the products, hints or tips, then put it in the chat and I will try and catch up with those. So let me stop sharing, and over to you, Fiona.
Good evening. Thank you very much, Suzanne. Good evening, everybody. I've had a slight technical difficulty and I've had to switch from my laptop to my iPad, so I'm going to do this training without my pre-planned PowerPoint presentation, but that's absolutely fine. Okay, so we've had the fantastic range, the Sea Source range, and how it can be used, and now we're going to see if we can put it into practice with skinny wraps. So I've had really fantastic results from these skinny wraps. It's important for me to mention here that it was not my idea. It's not something that I've come up with, that I've decided, oh, actually these products will be good for skinny wraps at all. It's somebody else within Arbonne, and I've just copied. So it's not mine. Okay, so with the skinny wraps, what you're looking to get out of the skinny wrap is a few things. One is to reduce the cellulite. And I have noticed this massively with myself when I've done the skin wrap on myself. The cellulite is massively reduced. It nourishes the skin, it firms and tightens everything, and it leaves your skin with this really healthy glow. It is temporary. The skinny wraps, the results usually last 2 to 3 weeks, and you are able to do a wrap every 2 to 3 weeks safely. So you can sort of do them on a regular basis to keep that down. Okay, so the way that it works, it targets problem areas to encourage sweat, which detoxifies that specific area. So when you're poorly, if you've got, you know, the flu or quite a bad cold, you'll notice that you will have a temperature, you will have a fever. And the idea of that fever is to sweat out the toxins that are in your body. And this is just mimicking that on a more concentrated level. So it helps to get rid of the water weight that is in the area that you're concentrating on. So if you decide to do your tummy, then you are encouraging that area to sweat the toxins out and you leave the water weight. So it's best to do a skinny wrap when you're already on a healthy eating plan, because quite often what you'll find is if people are on a healthy eating plan that they follow, or a diet or a new healthy living regime, that they'll get to their 4 or 5 pounds off of their target weight, and they won't be able to lose that last little bit. And that last little bit is the water weight that they're holding on to. This will just kick off that last little bit that they're trying to get rid of. It's important to remember as well that whilst you're doing this, you are really releasing toxins from the body. So it makes sense to not put toxins in your body whilst you're doing it or straight afterwards. So it's not a good idea to do a skinny wrap and then go and eat McDonald's. You know, to keep the toxins out of your body for as long as possible once you've done it. Another thing to mention is obviously you are encouraging the body to sweat, which is naturally releasing water, so you can become slightly dehydrated. So the first thing you need to do when you start a skinny wrap with someone is give them a big glass of water and encourage them to drink it before, during and after. Keep drinking water. The second thing you want to do is to measure the area, so just a normal tape measure. So on the thigh, the tops of the thigh, you measure the biggest part of the thigh. If you're doing the tummy, you want to do 3 measurements, one just under the bust, one on the smallest part of the waist, and one on where the knickers sit, on the largest part of their hips. And then if you're doing the tops of the arms again, on the biggest part of the arms. So write the measurements down and just put them to the side. And then what you want to do then is take a bowl, just any size bowl that you can fit some bandages in, and we use the detoxifying sea source detoxify purifying sea soap, which we've just had Suzanne talk about. Now I use 1 sachet, does me 2 of these bowls, so I split it in half. I put half of the sachet in this bowl with warm water, and then that usually does 4 to 6 bandages, and then I'll have another bowl. So I've got 3 or 4 identical bowls like this. If I'm doing a skinny wrap party, then I'll have 2 or 3 bowls set out, and this sachet will do 2 separate bowls with 4 to 6 wraps in each. The wraps, I will go through where you can get those in a minute. I just I can't screen share on this. So if you go onto Amazon and you type in body wrap bandages, it brings up lots of different bandages, and the ones that I found are the best so far are ACE bandages, ACE, and you can get them in bulk. I usually buy a pack of 24 bandages for really cheap, and then if somebody purchases a sea source set from me to be able to do skinny wraps at home themselves, I then pop 1 bandage in the set with them, and I obviously give them the link from Amazon of where to buy them. Okay, so you've put your sea soak in here, you put your bandages in so they're soaking, your client is drinking plenty of water. You put this bowl to the side for now and leave it to soak. Next thing you want to do is to take your detoxifying rescue wash. Now if you are able to, it is best to have a shower accessible, and then each person takes it in turns to go in the shower and wash the area with this. If not, again, have another bowl with some flannels and cloths, and they can wash the area like that. But it's just much easier if you've got a shower accessible, and I usually tell my clients that beforehand. Make sure you've got a shower accessible, clothing that is appropriate for me to reach the area that I'm doing the skinny wrap on, and their own towel. After the detoxifying rescue wash, you then want them to wash in the sea source scrub, which I've got in the room. Now when they're washing with the sea source scrub, you want them to massage that into the area for at least a minute, and then once they've massaged it, and you show them that massage in circles and scrub all of that in. Once they've done that, leave that on for a minute and then rinse it off. And once they've rinsed that off, they can come out of the shower and come in to your room. Now the scrub helps to get into the system because it removes all the dead skin cells as well, so you're helping then all the products get into the system. Okay, so then after they've washed, then the next section is optional. So if you want to make this more of a sort of a luxurious treatment, more of a spa treatment, then you can use the massage oil. So if I'm doing a one-to-one wrap and I have them set out or sort of laying down on a bed, then I do like to give them a massage with the massage oil first. And then we use our gelée. So the gelée goes all over the area in a thin layer. And obviously it is cold, which is a good thing because we're encouraging them to get hot and sweat. And during the process, they will feel really hot, but the gelée helps to cool them down during the process as well. Okay, so you put gelée over them, and then the next section is optional as well, although I've tried it both ways, and I do think that using this product is best. So you can just use the gelée and apply the bandages after that, or you can do this extra step, which is using the Sea Source face and body mask over the top. And I just find that this seals in the gelée even more, and it also creates that heat as well. Helps to create the heat. So I have done it with and without, and the results are better from my experience with. Okay, and then after that is when we apply the bandages. The bandages are quite stretchy, so during this whole time they've been soaking in your bowl with your purifying sea soak. So you take them out, take one at a time, and you wring them out. And you wrap them as tight as you can, and you can either use little safety pins, or the ones that I buy actually come with clips that clip them in. So wrap them as tight as you can around the area, and clip them in place, and then be prepared for it to drip. So you want to have a towel laid out and have your client either sat or standing on a towel whilst this process is going on. So really tight with the bandages, and then you just take your normal everyday standard cling film that you can just buy from any supermarket. It doesn't have to be anything special, and you wrap the whole area in cling film. And at this point, I like to now give my client a towel or a dressing gown or something to put over them. Again, it encourages that heat process, but also just makes them feel a bit more comfortable rather than stood there wrapped up in cling film. Once all of this has happened, once you've got it all on, you then leave them for 40 minutes, during which they need to be drinking plenty of water the whole time. After the 40 minutes, you remove the cling film. And what I have found on quite a few occasions, on the thighs especially, is the cling film just falls down 2/3 through the process, because everything has shrunk so much that the cling film then just falls. I think the biggest loss that I've had is 7 inches off one thigh and 6.5 off the other thigh. Now this lady did say that she had quite high water retention, and she was amazed with the results, and she's coming back next week for her tummy as well. So yeah, very good. Okay, so you remove the cling film, again make them stand on the towel for this bit, and they will drip during the whole 40 minutes as well. This, obviously the sea soak drips out and they sweat, so they will drip, so just expect that. So take off the cling film and the bandages, and then, if possible, get them to go back in the shower and rinse it off. If you don't use the mud mask, then you can just rub the gelée in and the remainder of the gelée in and leave them to it. But if you have used the Sea Source mud mask, then you really do need that shower, or at least a good wash. So if they haven't got access to a shower during this process, then you need to replace your water whilst having them ready to wash it all off. Okay, so yeah, so then you need to rinse off, and then is the fun bit, you remeasure. And I always hold my breath at this bit, but I've never not had a loss, which is good. So when you remeasure, then write it down, and obviously they see the difference. Some women, you will find that they lose a hell of a lot from one area of the body and then not a lot from other places. It's just where they hold more water. So I have had a lady that's lost a lot of inches from her arms, but not necessarily on her tummy, and it just means she's not holding that water weight on her tummy. So it's not ideal for people to lose weight. It's not about losing weight. It's about an added bonus just to lose those few inches alongside a healthy eating plan, or are those last minute things just to fit into that dress, or just 2 days before you go on holiday, just to get that little flat tom just before you go on holiday. So eating healthy for a while, detoxifying your body naturally before you do this is perfect. So obviously our 30 days to healthy living plan and beyond fits in perfectly with this. So I've got a lady at the moment, a client who's on the 30 days to healthy living, and at the end of her 30 days to healthy living, she's then coming for a wrap on her arms, tummy and thighs, and then she's going to do the set of the 30 days. So she will see really good results because she's detoxifying her body anyway. Okay, so the other thing is send them home with a tape measure. These tape measures are so cheap. They're 79 pence for 3 from the market. So send your client home with one. It's also a good excuse to arrange to meet them again anyway, not that they'll not want to meet you again after this. And get them to be measured in the morning, because this process will continue to work throughout the night. If you have used these sea salt mud mask and therefore you have to wash it off afterwards, just before they go home, reapply the gelée, or before you go home, reapply the gelée, just a really thin layer to the area that you've wrapped, because that will help to work overnight. And then remeasure in the evening, in the morning, sorry. The water is key. Keep drinking the water, even after you've had the wrap, all through the evening, all through the night. If you wake up in the night, drink more water, and then in the morning, as soon as you wake up, continue to drink water. Eat a clean meal that night, so nothing that will put toxins straight back into your body, because it just reverses it. So yeah, so clean meal afterwards. Okay, so a few little things. First of all, this skinny wrap, this isn't suitable for women that are pregnant. It's also not suitable for women that are breastfeeding, and it's also not suitable for women that are menstruating. So if you are arranging a skinny wrap party, then you need to make the women aware of that, or the men, if there's men there as well, but you need to make the women that are going to be present aware of that. So if you've got a group of women, hopefully they're all in sync with each other, but it might be difficult to get them all out of sync. The reasons for that is because this process can make you feel a little bit dehydrated, and if you're already menstruating and you're already losing a little bit of blood, then your energy levels are down, your iron levels are down anyway, your blood pressure can be reduced, and this process reduces your blood pressure slightly, lowers your blood pressure slightly, and can dehydrate you, which is why we say drink plenty of water. So when you're menstruating, it's not a good idea, because it can just make you feel quite groggy afterwards. I have spoke to a few ladies that have had skinny wraps in the past that have been menstruating or hungover, and menstruating or haven't drunk the water, and they've said that they felt hungover, they felt really dehydrated, sick, and just not great. So it is key, drink the water and follow the plan. I think that is about it. Yeah, that's about it. So I will open up to questions now, because I've seen loads of comments.
That was absolutely brilliant, Fiona. Really, really good. And you look stunning, by the way.
Do you know what? It was Claire Rosworth-Smith did my makeup today, because we had a makeup workshop. So my makeup is looking so good, thanks to Claire. Thank you, Claire. Brilliant.
Stacey had asked about pregnant ladies on swollen legs, but you've said not on pregnant ladies anyway. So
yeah, not at all. And also some of the products that are used during this process are specifically told not to use on pregnant women anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, not suitable.
Ruth has put, do you wait for the mask to dry before you put the wraps on?
No, that's fine, because the wraps are still wet anyway. You do bring the wraps out so that they're not dripping wet, but they are very, very damp anyway. So yeah, that's fine. I don't leave the mask to dry.
Yep. And Jane put, how much mud mask for 2 thighs roughly?
I just coat it on. I know I say with Arbonne, everyone says with Arbonne a dot is a lot, but with this process, just get messy. It goes everywhere. Like a big towel, and just stand in the middle of the towel and just coat it on, and give a good layer to cover the whole area. So the gelée is just a thin layer, and then the mud mask just to make sure you cover the gelée. It doesn't have to be super thick.
My thing would be a tip how to get it out of the tube easily.
Or is the mud mask?
Yeah. Or is that just me that struggles to get it out?
I just squeeze and go. I do have a clip actually, but it's on my toothpaste at the moment, because I'm trying to get the last bits out of my toothpaste. I do have a clip that I squeeze, and then I put the clip on, and then I move the clip further down. But it's on my toothpaste at the minute.
So I think that's So has anybody got any more questions for Fiona or myself about the skinny wraps? That was absolutely brilliant. When they're standing up, what do you do to pass the time? Do you tell them about other products? Do you get them to stand up, or because I did something and it was hard.
If it's doing a one-to-one, then I try and make it more of a relaxing spa treatment. So I do ask them, get them to I lay out a towel with a folded up towel underneath. It's more like a bed, and I do use the massage oil, and I kind of make it a bit nice and put candles on and nice music and make it a bit more of a nice experience. And I do just leave them to it to just relax for the 45 minutes. If it's a group of women, then obviously it's not going to be nice and relaxed. It's not going to be like that. Everyone's buzzing and chatting. They do get upset if you turn up and say, you need to put the Prosecco away and drink the water. So do pre-warn them. And when somebody books a party, I do send them a sort of a template message that I've already got that just goes through, make sure that no women are attending that on their menstrual cycle. Make sure that you don't eat rubbish, don't provide Prosecco and rubbish nibbles because you won't be allowed to have it. They do get a bit upset. So if I've got a group of women, I can't do any more than 4 because otherwise I can't stop. But if I do 4, I get them all to do it at the same time, gélio them all, then mask them all, then bandage them all, cling them all. Once they're all done, I then have 40 minutes. In that 40 minutes, I set out either my makeup or my skincare or whatever they've told me that they want to hear about, and just talk about, just do literally a miniature party workshop just in that 40 minutes, and then the alarm goes off and they go. But people don't give you your full attention because during the process they'll go hot and cold, and that is completely normal. So you have some women going, oh God, like I need, and they'll have to open the door and the sweat will be dripping off them, and it just shows that it's working even more. So if they do get hot and they can't concentrate on what you're talking about and they need to go to the back door to sort of air off a bit, that's normal. And then 2 seconds later they're going, oh, I'm freezing, can I have another towel? And it's just normal. So they can't really pay attention too much. So just keep it as casual as possible. But talking about the 30 days to healthy living works really well because the whole point of them booking the skinny wrap party is because they're all interested in reducing the size of their bodies. So to them, they're quite open to sit and listen to the 30 days to healthy living. So I take some laminated before and afters, and I take my 30 days to healthy living kit and talk to them about that. So that's good.
Brilliant. Jen says, how much do you charge?
So I charge £20 per wrap, and that's for one area of the body. But if a host books a party for herself and 3 friends, the 3 friends pay the £20 and the host receives hers for free. And that is, according to my market research within my area, that's the smack bang in the middle of the average. So some of them go up to £35. I've stuck with 20. And then what I do have is I have the Z-Source, everything that you would use, everything that we've talked about in the skinny wrap, all the products. I have all the products in a basket wrapped with cellophane, green ribbon, and a bandage in there. And I sell that. And I sell that for the price of each individual product according to preferred client price, a 20% discount. And then I just add on like £1 for the bandages because I get them in bulk anyway. And I only put 1 bandage in there, and then I give them the link to go and get themselves their own. But if they do that, if they purchase all of those products and then they go and buy another bandage, they have 2 because you need 2 for a thigh, 2 for the other thigh, 1 for each arm, and then up to 3 for the tummy. Then they will have enough products in there to do a wrap every 2 to 3 weeks for 6 months. And it works out about £78, I think. I need to double check that. I can double check that and put that price on. So I do that. And then because the host gets hers for free, then people tend to, whilst they're there, think, oh, well, I'll book another one then because then I can get my next one for free. And they see the good results, and then they want to book another one, and then that opens you up to their network of friends, and that opens you up to their network of friends. So I'm really busy at the minute with skinny wrap parties because it's just gone crazy, especially when they see the really good results. And then if you tell them, well, start a healthy eating plan now, and then the next time you book one in the month's time, you'll see an even bigger result.
Brilliant. Who was it? Somebody, Ruth says, can you put the link up for the wraps on the Do More page because she can't find them?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, we'll do.
If you can put the link up, that would be great. Sharon, the product in the bowl was the bath soap, the sea soap that you get a box with the sachets in. So that was the one that went in the bowls.
Yeah.
So I think that's about all the questions. That was absolutely brilliant, Fiona. I know I had a go at it. I found it quite hard actually to bandage myself up. I think I'm going to have to come down to you and have one.
Oh yeah, I'm up for that. Definitely.
road trip, yeah, I'm up for road trip anytime.
Oh yeah, we'll come down. I'll wrap you all up.
But that was
mummies in my house.
That was absolutely amazing. Really, really good.
Thank you for your training. I actually learned so much about the sea sauce range, and I use these products all the time. So now I've learned even more about them. So. I
used an actual SoundCloud by Sue Alexander and Gail Longhurst on the sea sauce. So okay. have a search for that, because that's where I got all my information from.
Okay, we'll do.
So yeah,
brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So before we go, I will just share my screen again, because we've just got a little bit of recognition to do, and then we will be finished. So we have new business builders this week of Caroline Pickering, sponsored by Jennifer Cowie, Kate Thwaite, sponsored by Jessica Kamich, and Marina, now Jen did tell me how to pronounce this and I've forgotten, sponsored by Kelly Atkinson. Was it Chair Fowie or something like that? I'm sorry, Marina, if you're on the call or listening to this call. Roger recognition. Now, I don't know a lot about Roger. I think it's when you because I've been away, I think it's when you actually hit your, what do you call it? My brain's gone dead. Your maintenance, isn't it? Halfway through the month, you become a Roger. So it's Kelly Atkinson, Jane Brown, Natalie Crawford, Julie Lee Kimberley, Kelly Bromley, and Jennifer Cowie. So well done. And then the IPA 90 week 2 completions, I have Kelly Bromley, Carol Sutton-Houghton, Hayley Anderson Richardson, Melina, I'm not going to attempt your second name, but well done, Jane Brown, Heidi Farrow, Carlin Carpenter, Emma Wood, Ruth Tate, Claire Russell-Smith, Stacey Blackley at the last minute, Danny Cowie, Tanya Rickwood, Tony Marie Bullen, Cheryl Cowie, Caroline Pickering, Alison Burton, Kelly Atkinson, Tanya Carrington, Jessica Meach, and Lindsay Peter. And well done to everybody else that's completed these that I haven't got. I do apologise for that. So that's it. I will end this evening's call. Don't forget, Fiona, after her amazing training tonight, we'll be back on again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for area training. So see some of you there, and thank you very much, and see you all shortly. So bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.